your son, your grandchild, or your close friend. If you're on Medicaid, Freedom Care allows you to choose who provides your care, and that caregiver will get paid instantly after their shift. Yes, your caregiver will get paid instantly, and it's 100% free to you if you are on Medicaid. Call 267-692-3782 and ask Freedom Care how to get started with care today. No more worrying about getting care from an aide at an agency. Freedom Care helps you choose who you want to take care of you, and that person gets paid. Call Freedom Care at 267-692-3782, 267-692-3782 to get started today. You get a caregiver you know and trust, and they get paid instantly after their shift, and it's free to you. Start now by calling 267-692-3782, 267-692-3782, or go to freedomcare.com.
Freedom Care, we're here for you.
It's a great month to get a luxurious new Volvo from Cherry Hill Volvo. You'll be thankful because there's so many fabulous offers to take advantage of. Lease an all-wheel drive XC90 for as low as $687 per month using all applicable rebates. Costco members save even more, up to $2,000 in additional rebates. See store for details. Customers enjoy the stress-free and satisfactory experience Cherry Hill Volvo provides. Cherry Hill Volvo, where relationships really do matter.
Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Live and local from Philadelphia. The Dawn Stensland Show on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
President-elect Donald J. Trump ringing the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange this morning within the past half hour. There was the cheering crowd of traders, business leaders, and flanked, of course, by his incoming Vice President, J.D. Vance, First Lady Melania Trump. And by the way, the NYSE, the New York Stock Exchange president, Lynn Martin, two of his daughters, his two daughters, Ivanka and Tiffany, as the bell was chiming there. At one point, fight, fight, fight. They were standing up there. A lot of celebrations here. Crowd looking on from the floor. Let's talk about who was there. Goldman Sachs, David Solomon, Citigroup's Jane Fraser, Verizon's Hans Vestberg, Brian Cornell of Target, and Pershing Square's Bill Ackman. And so you heard the chant that broke out, USA. At another point, we heard the group, as I say, fight, fight, fight. A lot of smiles, a lot of cheers. And Trump did give brief, we carry a little bit of it, but he gave some brief words as he said that he will usher in an economy, quote, with the likes which nobody's ever seen before. We're going to give some tremendous incentives like no other country has. So this is what he told the crowd, promising to cut taxes substantially. And so as we move forward and you think about it, today the focus here is really no nonsense. Coming up, you'll hear about the latest as far as the fact that we as a nation and we as people are collateral damage for what the Biden administration has done with letting millions upon millions, a flood of people, cities full of people, unvetted into this country, mostly unvetted into this country. And yes, the latest numbers that we're seeing in print, 8 million plus, that doesn't count the getaways, right? And so we'll talk coming up about that moving forward this hour and let you know how much we pay, the cost of the Biden administration allowing so many non-citizens, the unvetted ones especially, but even those who come here and burden the system. We'll talk about all of that moving forward. Trump reiterating his plans this morning as he promises to drill, baby, drill, as he's said, drilling in the United States, promising that doing so will lower inflation. That's been a theme you've heard me talk about over and over. Energy fuels everything. The fact sometimes that the news media with a straight face gives reports about how great the economy is, and they don't include what's going on with energy. Energy fuels everything. Pun intended, right? Because how do they think? Do they think that air or water fuels the trucks, the planes, the transportation to get the stuff here? It's crazy time. Energy fuels everything, not just the vehicles to get things here to keep America going, but to keep us warm, to keep us fed, to keep the schools open, to keep the businesses open, right? So energy is the basis, the foundation of everything. And so Trump right there just putting his finger on it saying, number one, drill, baby, drill. We're gonna deal with the energy situation. And then vowing again to slash the corporate tax rate. Remember this. Remember when Trump came in. Remember those low gas prices. Remember when he slashed the corporate tax rate and he was ripped for it. Right? Remember 2016? Oh, how we remember the good old days. But it automatically, what does it do? It spurs the economy and it keeps jobs here. And that's why he's saying that anybody who leaves this country, you want to leave and go get cheap labor, well, then you're going to pay to come in. You're going to pay. But if you stay here and you hire our Americans, then you get this cheap corporate tax rate. And by the way, doesn't it, if you think about all the cheap stuff that we buy, like from China, the allegation that Uyghurs do slave labor, the allegation that there's child labor out there in other countries. So doesn't that automatically, first of all, make it America first and put our people and our workers, our employees first? But doesn't it, by its very nature then, protect people worldwide? Because our American dollars are not going to places that would, God forbid, not pay workers what they're worth. So that's Trump. Great morning for Donald J. Trump. He is Time's Person of the Year. We hoped it. I have to ask you something we're not used to. Because for those of us who have supported Trump, we've been bullied, we've been muted, we've been canceled. We've been called by the President Biden, those MAGA. We've been called deplorables. Mm-hmm. Remember, we've been demonized, vilified by so many. We're not used to anybody sort of sucking up to us. And so to me, when I see, I'm so thankful that of course, Time Magazine should have put Trump on the cover. But is this a new beginning for us, we the people, those of us who voted in Trump, and especially those of us who've been loyal, who have said, yes, I support, I'm wearing my Trump hat. And so we don't have to be shamed. We're not sinners, deplorables anymore. Dan, maybe this is a new era. Time Magazine
crazy,
acknowledging
right?
that we're the good guys.
That. Would not have expected that Trump would be the cover there. But good for them. Good for them, because he is. He is the most important. He is the person of the year, and he deserves to be on the cover of that magazine. But you would think that their bias would get in the way. Well, you're right. It's surprising to see people sucking up to conservatives, but hopefully that's a good sign for the future that we're actually going to see some changes in society because they're drastically needed.
Amen. And, there he is, the man who's been vilified by all the places where now, CNN, their latest ratings, they're just in the tank. All those MSNBC is sold and spun off. All those people who said, oh, this is a fascist. This is somebody who's a danger to all of us, a danger to democracy. Well, look at did he stand up there and say those ugly things that he's allegedly going to say and do? What did he talk about?
Oh, they look like dopes now.
I mean, what he talked about was making America great, making our economy great, getting to work, serving our country, smiles, right? Nothing nefarious going on there. And so to me, it's a great day in America. It's a new day. And by the way, he's not even president yet. So just take that in for a moment. Everybody seems to be forgetting Biden, that he is the lamest of the lame ducks that we've ever seen. Although we'll talk about that moving forward. He's set new records as far as how many people he's pardoning and forgiving and all of that. It's a record amount. We'll talk about all of that moving forward. And just your thoughts. I mean, do you think this is a new day? And do you think that then it allows all of us to have the conversation, to be a little kinder? Will the media start to be, less of an aggravating factor? Am I being too hopeful?
Well, yes, because we saw a guy that was shot. A part of his ear came off. A person died, and a week later they were back to calling him Hitler.
Yeah, this is true.
So I don't expect them to hold this for a while. I think once they recognize that there's another election to be fought for, they're going to switch back to their hyper, divisive ways.
Locally, the big story that maybe you think is a boring story, but it will affect you in your evening commute if you're out and about in Philadelphia, because those protesting, Philadelphia City Council delaying that vote yesterday, they're meeting meeting today, Philadelphia City Council, as they do on Thursdays, but we may have a decision on the Sixers arena, and will the Sixers agree to doubling the community dollars from $50 million to $100 million, $1.3 billion infused into our economy. Not everybody's happy. They're promising to create gridlock.
That was the scene at the courthouse yesterday during the council vote, Dawn.
Yesterday, that's the scene. Today, it's going to be even worse. They're going to create congestion and gridlock.
What time does that start?
It's going to start in the 5 p.m. hour.
Oh, yeah.
Anywhere along Market Streets, around City Hall. They're going to just span the city and say this is the kind of gridlock that you would experience if the Sixers arena goes through.
What are your thoughts on the idea? I mean, it's clever.
Oh, on theirs? I personally, I believe in, obviously, the right to protest and free speech, but I do not believe that would include disrupting business and disrupting the pursuit of happiness, life, and business of others. So I do not believe protesters should be able to block city streets. What if somebody is having a crisis, a heart attack? They could die.
Yeah. Didn't even think about that, but you're right.
So you have to follow the rules and the law. They should not be allowed to block major roadways. That's my humble opinion. So we'll talk about that. We've got new information on one Luigi Mangione. New information on him and the allegations, mounting up as to what they have discovered and tying him to the murder of this CEO of United Healthcare, and more information about the family of the victim. Many speaking out about this. We'll talk about all of that, but stay right there, because around the corner, a great guest, and we're going to talk about these gangs, the most violent, vile individuals that now live among us. Are they right here? Are they in your neighborhood? Answering these questions. Dawn Stensland at Dawn Stensland, 855-839-1210. Stay right there.
Hi, this is Dom Giordano. Happy holidays to all. It's the perfect time to talk about Rescue Natural Supplements and their Deck the Hall sale, because right now you can save up to 78% on exceptional natural supplements for every area of your health. From essentials like omega-3s, probiotics, cholesterol support, natural pain relief, and more. And the best part? Over a dozen health-boosting rescue products are marked down under $20. Get started. Stock up today. Call 800-26-ALIVE, 800-262-5483. Speak to a rescue product consultant or shop online at res-q.com. res-q.com. With Rescue, you can reinforce your immune system, boost energy, and reach your health goals. Again, there's no code needed to save up to 78% site-wide. So get a head start on your health. Visit res-q.com. That's res-q.com. Do it today.
The secret to savings is out. One place, two words.
More money!
Starting at just $3.99, you can find something for everyone in your family and on your list. Make it easy for yourself. Grab gifts that are already in a box. If you're looking for serious savings and style, grab Adidas, Champion, Puma, Reebok, Converse. The list goes on and on. Quick, affordable gifts for the whole fam for under $10.
More nails.
You can put a bow on these brands and won't break the bank.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years.
He was in big trouble.
We're going to take your house, garnish your pay.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm.
I don't owe the IRS anymore. It was because of Optima Tax.
Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Actual client compensated for sharing their experience. Visit OptimaTaxRelief.com for details.
Local news can come at you fast. Want the latest on what's happening in your backyard? Download the free Odyssey app. Follow your local news station, and you'll get alerts on the top stories making headlines in your city. You can stay in the know, no matter what you're up to, and be among the first to find out when news breaks. Plus, keep tabs on weather and traffic, so you're never caught off guard. To get started, download the Odyssey app. That's AUDACY, and follow your local news station.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
For the area's finest dining experience with fabulous cuisine, extensive wine list, and waterfront views of the Philly skyline, visit the River Winds Restaurant in West Deptford, New Jersey. Enjoy entrees that feature certified Black Angus steaks and the freshest seafood while overlooking the Delaware River. River Winds can host your next special event. They'll plan your holiday party, family gathering, or corporate meeting in one of their newly renovated waterfront rooms, each with a private deck. For an incredible dining experience or special event, theriverwindsrestaurant.com.
This is Dr. Marianne Ritchie, your radio doctor. Every Saturday afternoon at 5, I talk with doctors and medical specialists from around the country to discuss the latest information about heart disease, cancer prevention, topics in women's health, pediatrics, mental health, and more. Then you can make better decisions for yourself and your loved ones. Your radio doctor, Saturdays at 5, here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, because your health is your wealth.
Keep free speech alive. Follow 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
Mr. Thompson, a recent article by the New York Post revealed that Tren de Aragua's growing network now extends throughout 16 states. A leaked Homeland Security memo revealed that their, quote, violent tendencies continue to evolve and have manifested through its expansion into the United States, close quote. How have your communities been impacted by TDA?
Thank you for the question, Mr. Chairman. It's devastation, pure and simple. I respectfully disagree with my colleague on the far end of the table. One life lost because of the TDA is preventable, but we're talking dozens, if not more. And now we're looking at the targeting of law enforcement across the country. It's not just in New York City. It is in nearly every location where TDA exists. How has it affected our sheriffs and their deputies? I'm going to defer to for Sheriff Chapman on a part of the answer, but I can tell you as recently as this past weekend where I was in Missouri talking to 40 newly elected sheriffs, and previous to that on Thursday in Oklahoma, it's a problem. It is a serious problem. It is not limited to major cities. It is not limited to major population density areas. It is across the board. TDA has...
So that was testimony just within the past couple of days. I want to bring on my next guest, Joseph Humeyer, Executive Director at Secure Free Society and a visiting fellow with the Heritage Foundation, and has just actually completed this huge report on, in TDA published by Heritage. And so when we think about the fact that we are the collateral damage of Biden, Harris, their open border policy, and all of us, that's the real answer here, is it not, Joseph? Welcome in. Thanks for being here today.
No, absolutely. Thanks for the invitation. And no, you're 100% right. I mean, of all the collateral damage that's been done